Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you or wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 162 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I will tell you that anything that is tradable, that has movement, especially when it comes to different assets, either we are doing a future, we are doing equity, we are doing a commodity, we are doing a cryptocurrency, FS, because this asset move up and down. It is important to always have your stop loss before you start your trading, and take away real emotion from from your trading. You need to, at this time, you must have what to plan your trade. As you plan your trade, that means at this point you need to write it down. Like I always say, try your plan your trade. As you plan, you write it down. That means before the market open, you have selected the stop you want to go. Your stop loss is already there. Your price you want to buy. Your exit plan, everything. Then after you have done that, you go what you trade your plan. As you trade your plan, I will tell you you remain that side of the market because you have a trend that is guiding you. You have seen your chart. You have done your what we call a trade setup before the market open. It is a very essential thing you need to do when it comes to what trading stock. And that's why I said, as we speak now, you must let what is happening in the market to guide you. Say trade what you see. Trade what you see. Information come left and right. Political information or news, whatever I call it, any news, any news statement from regulators, all these have a way of what influencing attitude and also psychology of investor. And that's why you are looking at this chart that gives you direction or tell you how people are behaving in the market. Key thing in investment is that you must understand what is happening in the fundamental side, what is happening technically, so that you will be balanced and make what informed investment decision at any given time. And as a trader or investor, once you know how to combine this fundamental and technical analysis and act properly at the right time, because when we are doing technical analysis, I know at that time, even though we are using charts, we know the right timing to be in the market. Also, the momentum guiding you, like I always say, must be there to make you take what good decision. You don't just follow chart only. You look at the price action, what the candlestick is saying, but you need to look at the momentum behind all these charts you are seeing, the candlestick you are seeing. Not to look at the timing also, and that is why the latest video I took time to do that video. That video is on what how to combine what price and time to take what to take information. It's about the secret of what catching market down and up. And if you buy up, you said now even when market is going up, you don't panic out because you have what is guiding you. That is why you need to also have access to that video. It's still very much available. Because why I say that as the market become more volatile because of any season, drive market up and because of expectation, no disappointment, and surprises coming with any season. You need to also know how to set your stop loss, so that if you have taken position earlier before the result came to the market, once the result hit the market, it didn't meet your expectation. Before your portfolio enter to deep loss, your stop loss will also guide you to know exactly what to exit in the market. It's very important. That's why I'm starting in that note that I need to tell you that you must have what plan your trade at the same time trade your plan. How do you do it? You must have it written down to guide you at any given time. That is how to go. As we speak now, I'll tell you that the market across the globe, yes, it's also breathing out. So mixed sentiment here and there, but this is a good sign because as we speak, some climate are already open on a positive note. Some futures are still looking up, some equity are still looking up on the expected ease of what state rate hike in this matured economy. Apart from in Europe, where we are seeing that they are still planning to do another rate hike, about 75 percent growth again. Why in US, all eyes on what on the economic data, especially the GDP. Don't forget that in Q2, that this domain US they had about 1% decline in their GDP. But now we expect that this day to see that the GDP that will come from here will also guide investors on what to do, and this GDP will drive market action or reaction. And also don't forget, as the market is looking up because of what the kind of either sentiment or perception or feeling for looking at the mixed economic data that's emanating from that this might lead the Fed to kind of slow down in rate, and they are forecasting around either 50 or 25, not on 35 they did again. And also this what is also having a positive influence on market. But as to speak, These are the things. Also, don't forget that the oil price also has kind of rebounded to almost $95.32, but still oscillating. And don't forget, this oscillation of oil has also contributed to what is happening in equity market and in the stock market because of what? Because of the oscillation up and down in price of equity, as earnings also another force that is adding to this up and down movement in the market as we speak. But as a trader or investor, you know that these economic data are very, very important. And also you look at also what is happening in that those mature economy. Asia market as we speak now is mixed, and the Europe market is also looking up at this moment, which is good. But while US also is a mixed market, we are seeing in US market, you can see that only Dan Jones is up in green, while S&P and Nasdaq are still in red. Don't forget that the earnings that came from Facebook, the parent company of the Meta, also is not looking good, and that's why also the tech industry or sector is a bit down this small hour because of the result that came from Facebook, and this is what is also reflecting on the price, and also this outlook is also good to see that the tech industry is very, very volatile, and innovation and they cannot drive the price and drive their performance. For that alone also slow down some perception for that sector because of the number that came from that industry. But I believe that also we continue to expect that as the Bank of Canada is also as I said earlier, smaller than expected hike. Or also we were expecting to see a bigger hike, but the hike was just smaller than expected, and that is also good. But that's why I said I also like to look forward to see the European Central Bank also later in the day to see that also they might likely, but all eyes on 75. If they also decide to bring it to either 50 again, it's also a sign that this kind of a change in rate hike globally what all eyes on what on the US Fed meeting that will come in next week, either on the second of next week or no, but I believe that it's next week. They'll probably in November. Sorry, in November. That's where it's coming. That is where we're looking at to see. But the GDP that is coming out today, tomorrow, will also give insight of what is expected of that meeting. But I believe that investors across the globe, wherever you are joining us at this hour, these are the state of the market as we speak. But this is also going to guide you. And don't forget to use your chart, whatever you are seeing. Like now, you see, for those that are mature market, that will see any kind of decline in the price of Facebook, the parent Meta posted a kind of a decline in their Q3 number. That's relevant. What you do, you use your chart to see. And that's why your stop loss is very important. If you have entered in now and this number came and it didn't meet expectation, you need to also adjust to your position. So also down here, we are seeing that some numbers that also in the market are missed. We'll come to that number first, or later, let's continue. We'll come to see what numbers have hit the market between yesterday and this hour. More are still coming to the market, but if you want to can look at, then tomorrow we'll continue to look at them. But we'll do analysis on earnings, purely on earnings on them. Q&A that is coming up on Saturday. That means you make out time to join us that Saturday because we're going to discuss all the earnings that have come so far. That we're going to dwell on earnings and see how these earnings have been disconnected from what the increasing macroeconomic headwinds. To see that which company and which sector will sustain these numbers. These are the things we'll be discussing in Q&A. But the grace by start today. But tomorrow we'll continue from where we'll stop today. Those numbers that are hitting in this live class. But I believe that this is what is happening in the market. That you as an investor, like as I said earlier, that US market was seeing a mixed market, but in a Euro market was seeing an uptrend. Was seeing that market is moving up in the up direction, and also at all times also on this as I've said earlier that the Federal Reserve to start slowing down on rate hike. These are factors that's also impacting on those stock market positively as we speak. But in Asia, we're seeing a mixed market there, but all eyes also and African market still mixed, but good in Nigeria here. NGS is also in green, slightly in green. That means NGS is extending its a kind of a rebound or kind of recovery. Let me put it that for almost 50 days, and you can see the power of earnings anywhere, any day. But we'll go and come to that chart, look at what is pushing, kind of impacting this market for years after Airtel have brought the market down to below 45,000 mark or like but we're seeing that now the market is coming up gradually. This is what you need to know, so that you know how to take what informed decision at this junction. Don't just rush out of the market, but let the market know what's happening in the market guide you. That's why I say always trade the market and see trade what you see. Don't just assume what you see in the market should guide you to take your form investment decision. Yesterday we discussed about the number that hit the market at that hour. But to speak now, we're seeing that more earnings are hitting the market. As more earnings are hitting the market, we're going to see more results to discuss. But because of our time, we'll be looking at only just four at this more in this class. They will continue tomorrow, to discuss more of the figure. But for those that really interested in combining fundamental and technical analysis, as you're looking at these data that are coming, you must also look at the chart. Not only look at the figure, look at the chart. You can see what happened yesterday as University Press released their Q2 number. You saw impressive market reacted to it. You saw what happened in ICO. This has result. This is but if we are to be a market where there's no liquidity in the market, or of liquidity in the economy in the market, that means we are seeing more buying position, and also that reflect on the volume. So yesterday the volume today is still very small, below 100 million, around the 86 to 100 million. Is that these are we are not seeing the real institutional investor coming back to the market. When they come, you see in volume, and also most of the stocks that you are seeing their earnings that are positive are likely to be what their first point of contact where they be looking at, because these numbers are making this company look very cheap and also have the potential to sustain it in this last quarter of the year. If that's achieved, that means they are likely to see a better payout at the end of the day. And this is what I believe that the institutional investor will be looking at. For you and I that are also in the market, I understand how to should also be in a position before what they start coming back, so that when they come back to the market, they meet you and I already in the market, and that will also create that kind of return you are looking at in the market, because it is first come first out, be able to enter the low price. But they come after you at price value. That's why use time, use your price action, use your momentum to position and stay in the market and watch the trend. You see when there is imbalance in supply and demand, and that also will part the price positive. And these are the major forces that really support equity price movement in any market you are trading, whether you are trading in any assets you are trading. Why? Because these forces of demand and supply that also support the price as we speak. Yes, let's look at the numbers that have been in the market so far. We'll start with Airtel Africa. I will tell you that yes, Airtel Africa, I will say fine. The top line, which is the revenue, or we'll call it turnover, anything you call it, is still okay, strong. If you look at but you know that the number comes in dollars. We need to also look at in that direction. Yes, for you look at Airtel move from revenue move from $2.27 billion to $2.57 billion, representing about 13.2% up for the half year ended September. Don't forget that Airtel has March as year end, and this was seen their second quarter is hitting the market as we speak now. On that note, you should understand that this is not their full year result for half year, but because also they pay 3 dividend the half year, they've already also announced that dividend. Also look at the PAT. PAT moved from PAT dropped slightly, kind of opposite direction from what we saw on the top line. Dropped slightly from 335 million to $330 million, representing about 1.5 or 2% negative down. But the EPS was up from 7.6 cents to 7.9 cents for the period. But you look at also so that this cost of operation, even here and outside, because of inflation up and down. Don't forget that Airtel has in more than 12 to 16 countries, if I'm not mistaken. In that, you can see how the cost of operation around the globe are also reflected. Their PAT also dropped from 14.98% to 12.84%. But they still sustain their award. They prepared a dividend of 2.18 cents as dividend for this quarter. Also, if you look at the company cash flow for the period, I'll say this is also positive. The cash flow for the period also stood at $945 million, against $859 million in 2021. This is a good one, I'll tell you, for Airtel, and this is what we're seeing. That also gives you a clue what you expect from MTN. And don't forget that MTN has also continued to to expand its cash flow, to create more to where they can make money. And don't forget, yesterday there was publication or notification on the exchange that one of the Europe investment bank also has given more money for them to also to expand their capacity to enter new ground in this their new world, new technology, G5 and also for me it's a plus for MTN. Just MTN has given us insightful and don't forget that MTN is what a tech portal because MTN has December as year end. That's why I see that stock at the price currently trading also to look attractive for designing investor. Then the next one we look at, we're looking at the Transcorp. Transcorp is into energy related business, but if you look at the figure that's in here, this is also a good number. Yes, apart from that, the dividend that come from Transcorp for all this while for the past 2 to 3 years has not been too attractive. No kobo kobo, but I'll tell you that the number we are seeing for third quarter for me this is a strong turnover I can say at the bottom line. The turnover moved from 85.59 billion to 96.25 billion, pretending about 13% up. Also in that direction, PAT, which is the earnings after they are taking charge of taking care of their costs of operation and all those stuff, tax, government tax. The PAT moved from 13.4 billion to 19.1 billion for 2022. That's about 41% up. For me, it's a good one. In that same direction, this translated to what? To EPS of 22 kobo against 18 kobo in 2021. While the profit margin also improved from 15.7% to 19.8%. This is good. You can see despite the cost of everything, you can see that there's improvement. That means in every one night generated by Transcorp, they are getting about almost 20 kobo as what as a profit. That is good for me. For me, it's a good one. But the area we look at also look at what's the cash flow of this company. Yes, we say there is improvement in their cash flow because the negative position of Transcorp has dropped from about 8.2 billion in 2021 to about 3.3 billion in 2022. Fine, but still negative. But like I said, that investors should also look at what you are investing to see if this company will be able to sustain their earnings. It's very, very important. If the cash flow of the company is not moving in the same direction of its earnings, it's a matter of time it will reflect. But unless they're able to turn things around before it become a noticeable in their profit and loss account. But always look at company cash flow. Yes, you must have a robust balance sheet. Fine, we know the assets minus liability give us a good net asset, which is a shareholders fund. But we want to look at what will drive this company. You need to know your cash flow because I'm telling you, if there is no cash flow, how will it meet up? Why will it grow? How will it grow your business? That's why every investor wants to know what is happening in any company where they have put their money to see that the cash flow is there to support what to support the earnings at the end of the day. It's very, very important. If you look at the next one here, we want to look at the food and the consumer goods sector. I would say that the numbers we have seen so far in that sector have been mixed. We saw a positive one from Cadbury. We saw a kind of a mixed number from Unilever. Well, they were seeing the ones that are into brewery business. I can know before now, before now that the brewery business have posted good number, but we're seeing some sustaining that while others are also slowing down. Starting or not okay for me, it's not a good note for the first quarter. But let's start from Nigeria Brewery. But here you can see that the earnings or the turnover for Nigeria Brewery remains top, remains strong. I'll tell you, this is strong growth in turnover. Shows that Nigeria Brewery is also eating to new market, and at the same time, despite the cost of living, it does be like I can't say people say people are still thinking, but the numbers are showing that the top line moved from 309.2 billion to 393.4 billion naira. That means the 20%, 27% up. This is good. It's a good one. And if you look at the bottom line of this company, after taking looking at the cost at the same time, their financial the finance income and also finance expenses, you can see that we're having profit after tax about 15.3 billion against 8.5 billion in 2021. But about 70% up for this 9 months. This is rich and good for the company. And the EPS also moved from 1 naira, 1 naira 5 kobo to 1 naira 89 kobo. And it's also reflected on what on the dividend payout for this period. good one. You can see that the actually dividend for 2022 is an improvement from 2020 from 25 kobo they paid in the previous year. For me, is also a good one. Yes, I can see that the profit margin is relatively low because of high cost of for this industry, because of cost of sale and advertisement promotion are still high. That also reflected on their profit margin for this period. But for Nigeria Bill, I would say this is a good number to also keep our eyes on as investors or trader in the market. Here's the last one we want to look at. Then tomorrow we'll be discussing. I think I saw Zenith Bank when I was back to I think last the result or notification. I didn't open it. We'll discuss that one tomorrow. Zenith Bank number. But I'll tell you that from Guinness is the first quarter for the year. Guinness has June as year end. We're seeing the first quarter ended September 30th, and this number will tell you this is a missed number. It also include what investors should expect if this inflation environment continue to increase, and that's also not too good. But let's see how they're going to turn around in their Q2. But this first quarter started on a mixed note, but investors have to also notice and also take their action on this note. But if you look at Guinness, you can see that for the first quarter, yes, the top line still look good, but the growth is also considerably okay, but not as such. They move from 47 point no 14.46 billion to 52.85 billion now, represent about 11.33% up for this period of 3 months in the new financial year. The PAT saw a decline of 32% from 4.04 billion to 2.75 billion for Guinness, and that also translated to a decline in EPS. Like I tell you, for income investors, you are interested in looking at the EPS because the company cannot give you what they don't have. You can see that at the beginning of the year they are declining already in their EPS. That should be also a sign for you to see that if the price adjusts down, you don't know what to do. But for me, I don't look at them giving you as a recommendation, but take your decision and what, because see that the decline from 1 naira 85 kobo to 1 naira 25 kobo in EPS. And also one thing, like I just said, in Nigeria Brewery, that they are also their operating cash flow is still negative, still no negative about not 26.226 billion for the previous year, almost flat, but two of them, the previous year and this year is still negative. Also in that region, we still have the cash flow for the 3 months for Guinness also in a negative from a positive of 8.61 billion in 2021 to a negative of 1.02 billion in 2022 first quarter ended what ended this period. For me, these are numbers that are on the ground now that we can look at. For so more tomorrow. For these numbers, I'll tell you are are good numbers, not reflecting much of what of the negative or increasing the micro economic headwind we're seeing across the globe and in Nigeria. That is that this is a plus for what for the market. If this is sustained, we're going to see a better earning, knowing that the price of stocks are also adjusted down to give us a better yield for dividend yield for investors to be guided. I believe that this should guide us taking our investment decision going into the future. Yes, we want to look at what is happening in the market now properly. We want to look at our market. Yes, we want to start with the what is the index doing at this hour. Our index is in green, slightly in green. If you can look at, you can see, sorry, you can see the chart up here. You can see that our index is green. You can see that lower high is still continuing here. That's why you can see that it does start trending, but you can see it's a good sign. Our market is doing 44,876.63 point, basically a point now as we speak, and that is market is up by 16.85 point, represented by 0.03% in green. I think that is still marginal. We are seeing that as we speak, we are still having a, a, a negative market bread that I have seen so far for the beginning of the month, beginning of the week. But as we speak, we have about 12 gainers and about 8 losers at this hour. But topping the loser chart is linkage assurance followed by Geregu. Don't forget that yes, the Geregu pulled back almost 100 naira before adjusting up on a good volume to 116. But at this hour now, it's also losing around 2 naira to 2 naira, around 114. It's among the top losers this hour, followed by GT Code. GT Code is losing about 20 kobo, doing 18 18 naira 30 kobo of workers, 15 naira 10 kobo as we speak, about 1% down. Transport is among them as we speak now. These are the losers as we speak. Then if you go to the gainer chart, yeah, sorry, we are seeing that, sorry, we are seeing a marginal no market breadth. We are seeing that the gainers are what are higher than what the losers. I see about 8 gainers and about just 5 losers or 4 losers now as we speak. Sorry, the first one, the losers I gave you are liquid assurance, very good power, and the beautiful and the Transcorp. These are the users as we speak now, and as we speak. Then if you go to the gainer start, we're seeing Regency Insurance leading the pack, followed by Japan Gold also. We can see Cornerstone Insurance, Sovereign Trust Insurance, and Zenith Bank also. Zenith Bank doing 20 naira. I say the number hit the market. I've not opened it, but tomorrow we'll be discussing this number of Zenith Bank. These are the market rate as we speak. But in terms of volume, we're seeing that GT Code is leading in volume, followed by ICO, Access Corp is there, I see Zenith Bank, and Transcorp. These are the ones that are leading in what in volume. And these are the top volume stocks now we can speak at this hour. Yes, people want to look at what is happening in the market, by looking at the chart, but we look at the GT code chart to see what is going on. Look at what is going on in Access Corp. Then we can equally look at the Zenith Bank that just released result. What is this? As bank stock. Then we can look at Transcorp. Then we look at what is happening purely in Geregu. I saw it in Geregu. The chart is not clear there because it's a new test of. But not look at it now. Let's look at the numbers here. Chart has not gotten given us a full direction. We can still look at it for just to see what is doing. But for me, the chart is not enough to complete. But let's look at this stock. If time permits us, let's see what we can cover. Then we can equally look at the same time I mentioned Transport. Yeah, Transport. We're looking at GT code, Access Corp, Zenith Bank, Geregu, and Transcorp. But first of all, look at what is happening to the index, the general market. Let's call up our charts first, our indicators. I mean, not charts, that's already on. Let's look at our indicators. Not to go to our momentum, because let's take our stochastic indicator. It's very, very important at this time. Yes, take our, let's consider our money flow. What is money flow doing at this point? Money flow, and we'll come back to our exponential. If this exponential is very, very key. I believe by now all of us also know how to do this. Yes, you can see that the market is coming closer to the key line on the day chart. You can see, but I've not broken it. But you can see that momentum in the market is still looking up, and the good thing I should look at is that is why I say let's look at the chart first. Momentum is looking positive and becoming stronger, and money flow has broken the tops, these double tops here now to continue. I mean, we're all heading to 50. I think that once you cross 50 points here in money flow, these are funds are entering the market. You can see that any thing is very, very important. As numbers are coming, we're seeing more impressive number. You see that momentum in the market is changing. You can see that fund is also entering the market. You can see that market I've thought as low as even 16 points something in terms of money flow below all these points. But now, since after market rebound, the previous week, after they have suffered losses for 3 days, you can see that this market has remained fund, liquidity, and we're seeing strength, as you can see here in this stochastic RSI indicator. For me, it's a good one for the market. Money flow is reading 44.5 44.5 or 45 point. And yesterday, market closed around the 40 point already. We're seeing a 45, 44. It's a good sign that one is entering the market. For me, it's okay. We'll look at 1 hour chart, what is happening in the market for 1 hour. Look at 1 hour chart, to see. On 1 hour chart, money flow is also up. You can see money flow is very, very up. Looking up here around 70. But I'm still looking up. Momentum is very strong here. And I can see that the market is trading flat with the money with the T line, which is also good. For quick one, because of our time, let's look at what is happening in this. Let's look at the look at GT code. What is happening GT code now? Yeah, you can see GT code on a 1 hour chart. I will tell you the stock can see improved momentum here is coming up, but because of the profit taking, I see that it's trading on below the T line onward on a 1 hour chart. But let's look at the day chart to see what the stock is doing in the chart. You can get the flow there. On the day chart, it's also trading right below the T line. And you can see that yes, momentum is still strong, but there's already a sign of it's a strong momentum. And money flow is still looking up above 50 for me on the day chart. As I said, these are the things that guide you to know what to do. Are you jumping out or you are accumulating at this point? These are the things you will go to the video. You see how to use this momentum very very well and what it tells you about where to go and what to do when it comes to profit taking and where to also hold your position. These are the things you also want to get details in that video. You need to also get it. This for what? For GT code. Let's quickly look at the Transcorp charts. I see that the number is also not too bad. This is a number that one should expect to see from this kind of company. The number is good. Let's see what's happening in Transcorp as we speak now. On a day chart, Transcorp is trading flat on the T line. You can see that yes, the momentum is trying to turn around. It might be on the strength of the number, but money flow is still looking down on a day chart. We need to keep our finger crossed. But we're seeing a positive number coming from the company. Good one. Or let's see what to do on this note. I think this is a good one. Let me look at 1 hour chart for Transcorp also. Transcorp is also going up and down. You can see bear engulfing, bear bullish engulfing here. There's no breakout here, but as soon as it closed below below the T line on the daily chart, and we can see that the money flow is looking up to almost 50 on a 1 hour chart, and we can see that the momentum chart here is still not strong enough. So let's keep our finger crossed for Transcorp. Then look at Access Corp. What is happening in Access Corp? What is happening in Access Corp? So we get the detail for look at Zenith Bank as the last one. Access Corp on a 1 hour chart, I will tell you, is trading also below the T line for trying to resist decline. We can see this chart from up and down. You can see that also momentum is still very very strong at this level. If you look at what is happening in that stock for Access Corp, I can tell you that money flow is still very very flat below around 21, below 20, 50, 25. You can see it here, but momentum is not too bad despite we're seeing the up and down movement in here and the on the 1 hour chart. But let's look at a day chart for Transcorp to give us a clear position. Yes, you can see that the stock trying to resist a decline. Yesterday, you can see that it touched as close or more touching around 550 before closing a bit higher. But this morning, it's trying to maintain that position. You can see on a day chart, you can see what momentum is saying. You can see the money flow is looking up. You can see there's a missed technicals here. Prices are adjusting down, momentum is adjusting by why money flow is looking up. What to also consider and watch very carefully the stock. But we're also looking forward to see access number in a moment from now. If we have seen Zenith Bank, GT code, then Access Bank should be the next. But let's look at what is happening in Zenith Bank that also has not released their figures to the market. And this will be the last because of our time. Our time is fast spent. Yes, let's quickly look at Zenith Bank chart. Zenith Bank chart, I will tell you on a day chart, stock is trading slightly above the T line. You can see it here. But momentum is here to turn. We are seeing a green position on this stock. But momentum is still can see sign or let's confirm first. But the stock is slightly in green this hour. And money flow is still looking down on the 1 hour on a day chart. But quickly look at the 1 hour chart here to see what the stock is doing. On the 1 hour chart, we are seeing that stock have maintained like a green position for the past 4 hours or the last 3 hours here. You can see it there above the T line, and we are seeing that momentum is becoming stronger. Money flow is looking up around 28.30. These are good signs for Zenith Bank. And on this note, we'll call it again. But I will encourage you that feel free to make comment on our YouTube, like it up, share the link to your friends, and also invite them also. And also you can go to our website and also read up about our activities, about the market, and all we do, so that we'll continue to guide you and carry along. Also, when we are giving updates, like I said, for more detail of this earning season, I'll be sharing with others, experts and other investors. On Saturday, we'll having a question and answer by 12, and also we expect that by tomorrow we'll continue to discuss earnings that have just hit the market today that we are able to discuss in this class. I say see you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.